Hey everybody, Goosebumps here. I'm back again with another video, and today we're going to be talking about Goosebumps the game. The game. Where have we heard this one before? Sony, huh mate? I mean, not directly to Sony, but Scholastic, alright mate? We got a fucking board game called that now. Make up your fucking mind, mate. Sorry. Goosebumps the game. This came out in promotion for the Goosebumps 2015 movie that is now iconic and nostalgic. It will be in a year when it's a decade old. Jesus Christ. We are aging too fast. And it is a point-and-click adventure game that is made by genuine fans. Like, you can absolutely tell when you play this game that there was a lot of, at least, research going on when they made this. They cared. They definitely put effort into this game. This is probably one of the biggest underrated gems in Goosebumps. Just diving straight into this review. Goosebumps the game, kind of giving an overview of what the game is first. I kind of want to talk about what happens in the game. You are playing as yourself. You make up the character. A high school version of yourself, like it is probably freshman year. And you're getting out of school, and you notice strange stuff going on. There is a creepy man in the woods on your usual way home. That may or may not have plants growing out of his head, which is very strange. You encountered a weird rabbit and see maybe some wreckage and just lots of oddities. And it gets especially strange when you arrive home to find out that your house is no longer there. It is replaced by a dead house. Or, well, you don't know it's fucking dead house, but it's not your house. There's a new house where your house used to be. And once you enter, stuff goes crazy. There may or may not be some big reveals. And you kind of learn more about what's going on. It may or may not involve R.L. Stine's manuscripts. Yeah. Goosebumps the game is highly underrated in my opinion. This game gets some shit on sometimes. It gets praised sometimes. And I'm just one of those people who absolutely praises this game. I love Goosebumps the game, alright? This game is amazing. It is highly underrated, like I said. But why is it highly underrated, in my opinion? And does it have its faults? Well, both, yes. I will say that, I'll admit it has its faults. But let's get into, first, why I think this game is so underrated. It's creepy. Like, genuinely, unnervingly creepy. I absolutely freaking love the aesthetic of this game, or the designs and everything, or the graphics even. It looks really good. It is 2D, and it's supposed to replicate Tim Jacobus' style. Well, not perfectly, it just looks painted. And it is, probably. It looks great. And it really works well. It looks like a literal Goosebumps cover as a video game, and I love that art style. It feels really good. I think the designs of all the characters and locations are really good, and it's just very nice and appealing on the eyes, and very creepy looking, especially the mirror dimension. It looks really awesome. And it's kind of a reference to that painting, where there's stairs going upside down, weird archways. My other biggest love for this game is its simple story. It is simple, and it's just very heartfelt for Goosebumps. You can tell it's made by Goosebumps fans, like genuinely hardcore fans. The people behind this game probably have a lot of nostalgia for Goosebumps. It feels like they genuinely cared for it. And, I can't tell for sure, but it just feels like it. Or rather, it was made as a love message to Goosebumps, at least. They definitely succeeded if they were trying to do that, because it just feels like Goosebumps the game. This is like the Goosebumps game. Yeah, it's a simple game, doesn't need to be complicated like some overarching story, and it knows that. It knows it's just trying to be a simple game that is just supposed to appeal to Goosebumps fans. It does that very well. Another thing that I really love about this game is the soundtrack. It's a very weird upside. This thing adds like a whole 1.5 points on its own. I think the soundtrack is so underrated. In fact, I love it so much that it's actually my intro song. Like, the intro song for this game is my intro song for the channel. And I'm probably not going to change it anytime soon, unless I want to do like the Horrorland theme from the Tiger Lilies, which is also fantastic for an intro song. Yeah, Goosebumps the game's soundtrack, and not even just that, everything else, really good, and it sounds so creepy, looking especially at all the art in the game. Very, very good art, and very good soundtrack to accompany it. It gives me the same vibe that Jacobus' art feels. It feels like Jacobus' art, only it's not for your eyes, it's for your ears, basically. Which is just beautiful. Another thing I love about the game right there. And yeah, those are like the biggest things. I want to get into some smaller things that kind of build up that I love about this game. I'll say it's the puzzles, mainly. The puzzles in this game are all Goosebumps themed, obviously. They all have something to do with Goosebumps most of the time, and it could even be relating to Tales, could be an OG series reference, maybe something from the modern era of Goosebumps. Puzzles are genuinely good puzzles. It feels like, and you can tell by the puzzles, because most of them have something to do with the actual mechanics of Goosebumps monsters and stuff. But it's, you know, made by Goosebumps fans. Once again, that's one of the main things that makes me think that, or believe so. And yeah, the puzzles are generally really good. They're definitely tough, but they're, you know, they're decent and they're fun and they're goosebumpy. Now, another thing is the dialogue in the game. There is no real dialogue, but there is text. And I think the text idea is really cool. I kind of wish sometimes, or there'd be like a text-to-speech thing maybe. It'd be really dumb, but I don't know. Probably turn that on in like a PlayStation settings or something, but either way, it kind of can get old after a while, and that's one of my small gripes with all the text-to-speech, especially if you're trying to read it out loud, like if you're doing a video. But of course, that wasn't really the main intention of the game. I don't think they even expected to get very popular anyways, where people are going to make big videos on it, which it didn't really. Not very popular. I just really like the text, I like the text idea where it's not really talking. And it's kind of goosebumpy like that, because Goosebumps is based off books. Well, Goosebumps is books, but the game is based off the Goosebumps book, so why not make it so there is no dialogue? You have to read everything in your head, just like in the books. I like that. It's kind of cool, you know, pretty cool. And there are some pretty funny dialogue moments. I love the interaction of Slappy at the end of the game. Minor spoiler, but I don't give a shit. It's a spoiler review anyway. Yeah, the the whole interaction of Slappy in is really funny. And yeah, this game, just really fun. It's just so heartwarming to play, and has a special place in my heart. And nostalgia definitely does play a factor into this game. I played this game like 6 years back for the first time, and I was like 2018, 2019. Yeah, I have looked fondly back on it ever since. And I've actually 100%ed the game because of how much I love it. I wouldn't 100% a game unless I actually really liked it. Like, that's saying something. And I don't like playing video games, so... Not a video game nerd, alright? Apparently that's a YouTuber. I don't know. If I had any gripes for this game, which I do, like I said, the texting kind of can get old after a while. Kind of wish there's maybe a text-to-speech option, because, you know, there is a lot of reading, like a fuck ton, like a whole Goosebumps book. Maybe even 2. Yeah, a lot of reading. The game can be very confusing at times. I think that some of the puzzles, not puzzles, but maybe puzzles if you want to call them that, the achievements are really tough to get. Like, stupidly tough. Like, there are achievements where you have to go in certain ways, and you have to do very specific actions to get them. And it's specifically talk about, like, the less than 300 turns achievement, where you can't point and click 300 times more. Yeah, it's really hard when there's, like, 100 different areas to explore. I have 100%ed it, but it was not fun when it came to that stuff. But yeah. Besides those little gripes, I think I'm gonna give this game like a 9.5 out of 10, or if not, a 10 out of 10. Highly underrated. I have too many hours on this game, and I just love it. Very nostalgic for it, and I think it very much holds up as a point-and-click adventure game as well as a Goosebumps game. Also great character utilization. Now, I hope you guys enjoyed this video. I am open to criticism. You know, I'm not going to bash you if you say, I don't really like this game. So tell me your opinions below. Do you like the game? Do you dislike the game? Do you love it like me? Or do you hate it? I want to know, genuinely. I'll see you guys in the next one. Bye.